My pets are over here both licking themselves, so that's fun. You guys, no, they're busy. So it is day 1 of Tome Infinity and Beyond, and it's like 8 o'clock in the morning, so I gotta start work like now. But I thought I'd check in and let you know that I haven't read anything yet because I'm trying to finish The Last of the Mohicans, which is down here. I only have one arm because there's a cat in the other one. Say hi, Lily. Yeah, me and Amber from Amber Unabridged have been buddy reading The Last of the Mohicans, and we were supposed to have it done already, but fuck, this book is painful, and so we haven't finished it yet. But we're supposed to have it done tomorrow. Tomorrow is our last section of reading. If I have time, I might try to just go ahead and finish it today. Lily's biting my thumb right now. But I don't know if I will because I'm going to... Ow! Why are you doing this to me? Look at this. There's Quiggles over there just snoozing away. But I'm going to my best friend's house tonight, and she's going to bleach my roots, which I feel like happened the last time I vlogged. Always, this colorful hair is high maintenance, y'all. I need to start The Geek Feminist Revolution, which is my first read for Tome Infinity and Beyond, but we'll see if I have time to read any of it today. Fingers crossed, maybe I'll have time to read at least an essay or two in it. But yeah, that's check-in number 1. And now Lily is just straight up sitting on Caligula, and he's so tired that he doesn't even care. Alright, so it is day 1 of Tome Infinity and Beyond, and I have not started reading yet, so I'm going to start right now. And since I'm taking SueCee, I'm going to start with my book of short stories, which is the challenge for that ship. So I'm going to read A Passage in Black and Other Stories by Cullen Bunn. He writes a few comics that I really love, and I bought this at a library con that he was at, so I'm pretty excited about it. But yeah, we are in... Oh, and he signed it. We're in Eureka Springs, Arkansas for our anniversary also, so we are on a getaway. What? So yeah, we've had a nice jacuzzi bath and a little bit of red wine, and we're just gonna relax. So, yeah. Tome Infinity and Beyond! So, update, turns out I'm not going anywhere tonight, because, Whitney is not feeling well, so we're gonna reschedule for Monday, I think. I'm probably gonna just try to finish The Last of the Mohicans and get it over with. I think Amber's gonna do the same. And then, finally, hopefully tonight, I'll have time to start on my first Tome Infinity and Beyond read. Hi, so it's, almost midnight, so it's almost the beginning of day 3 of Tome Infinity and Beyond, and I suck because I'm just now starting my first book, which is The Geek Feminist Revolution. I didn't really read it all last night, so I just now finished The Last of the Mohicans today, and I haven't read much today because, I, slept most of the day, because I feel like a giant pile of garbage. I'm on my period, and my period fucking sucks. Yeah, so my body hates me, basically, and I feel like shit. But I'm gonna try to read some of this before I go to bed. Hopefully I'll even want to sleep tonight since I slept all fucking day. Hey, check-in time. It's Sunday, so day 3 of Tome Infinity and Beyond, and it's right now about 7:20 p.m. And I started my first read last night, the Geek Feminist Revolution, and I'm already almost done with it. I think I've got about 60 pages left, and I'm really liking it. And it also kind of inspired me to change my TBR, because I thought, you know what? I could easily read all science fiction by women, written by women. So I think I'm going to do that. So my new TBR, my space opera will stay the same. I'm still going to read Radiance. But for my book with circles on the cover, instead of that John Brunner book, I'm going to read Record of a Spaceborne Few by Becky Chambers. There's circles here on the spaceship, which I'm really excited about reading this one. I'm hoping Radiance is good because I'm really going to want to like finish it fast so I can get to this. And then for my vintage sci-fi, I think I'm going to read Picnic on Paradise by Joanna Russ, which was first published in 1968, I think. And Cameron Hurley talks a lot about Joanna Russ in the Geek Feminist Revolution, so it made me curious, and this is the only book I have by her. She doesn't mention this book specifically, so this might not be the best one of hers, but it's very small, and I really like this copy. I wish it was in better shape, because there's like a lot of staining on it, and also it's like literally falling apart. The last chunk of it is no longer attached inside, so that's fun. I'm gonna have to be kind of careful when I'm reading it, but yeah, so that's gonna be my new TBR for Tome Infinity and Beyond. Good morning. It is now Monday morning. It's almost 8 o'clock, so I gotta start work soon, but I've been up since 6. For some reason, I woke up really easily this morning, which is nice. Anyway, I finished the Geek Feminist Revolution last night, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was quite good, and unfortunately, I haven't started a new book for the readathon yet. I'm in the asteroid belt now, which means I need to read my space opera, which is Radiance by Catherine M. Valente, but I also need to read this book by Sunday, which is Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance by Robert M. Persig, because Megan and I's live show for the Restricted Book Club is Sunday, and I'm supposed to have an assigned book that I hated or didn't finish read by then. And this is my book for that, and I just started it this morning. So, I'm about 40 pages into it, and so far, I'm liking it alright. I don't know. I think I'm at chapter 4, and I actually think that that's when I was in high school. I was supposed to read this for my philosophy class, and I'm pretty sure I stopped after chapter 3. So I think this is where I stopped in high school, because for some reason I fucking hated it.
Alright, so it is Monday the 10th, so I think that means it's day 4 of Tome Infinity and Beyond. And I have gotten a very slow start, because I went away for the weekend, so I was busy doing stuff in Eureka Springs, and I did not read a whole lot. After I vlogged that first night, I read a short story in this book, and then immediately fell asleep. So, I've gotten a slow start. I did spend quite a bit of time yesterday reading, so I think where am I at in this book? About halfway through it, I think. Maybe a little bit more. I don't think that I chose my book super strategically this time around, so I might take a look at my TBR and change my flight path a little bit, because I don't know how realistic it is for me at this point to read all those books. So I might have to just change my route a little bit, but I'm still going to end up on Pluto. We will see how she goes. I'm going to spend today reading. I'm off work today. I took today off just to kind of regroup after my weekend trip. Plus work has been really really stressful lately, so I took a day to just not. So I'm gonna sit here and drink my coffee and read these creepy ass stories. The last story I read in this like really freaked me out, so that was like fairly late last night, and so I stopped reading for a little bit and watched ER instead because it freaked me out. But it was called Remains, so we'll see how far I can go. Tome Infinity and beyond. I had to film this a little bit because Sasha is being the cutest this morning. She's not really a morning dog, so she's always pretty sleepy and grumpy in the mornings and likes to cuddle a little bit more than normal. But also I think she missed me because we were gone for the weekend. So she's being really precious right now. Yeah. And then Noonie is just showing off her butt like she does. I don't know where Murphy went off to. He got mad because I wouldn't let him burrow and told him to stop barking. So he's pouting probably.
So I decided to be a fucking weirdo and drive past my old library from my hometown. There it is. I spent so much time there as a child.
Okay, so I just finished A Passage in Black by Cullen Bunn. I really enjoyed it. Though, like, there were a couple of stories that were just really weird, but a lot of them were really creepy, and I really enjoyed reading it. The only problem, well, probably the biggest problem I had with this book was that there are a lot of typos in here. And this bothered me. But otherwise, I did enjoy it. So I did make it to Venus. I had to switch around my TBR a little bit because I'm an idiot. And I glanced in the front of Old Man's War and was like, oh, this was written in 1969. I can count it as my vintage sci-fi book. No, son, that's the year that the author was born in. So I'm going to switch things around a little bit. And for Venus, I'm reading off my list right now. I'm going to read The Stars Are Legion by Cameron Hurley. And then I'm going to read Old Man's War for the asteroid belt when I get there. And I'll read Survivor by Octavia Butler for the vintage sci-fi once I get to Pluto. So I have arrived in Venus, and I'm going to read me some Cameron Hurley. I read The Geek Feminist Revolution by her, and I really enjoyed it, but I've not read her fiction yet. So pretty stoked to start this off, and we'll see how far I can get today. Hey, so I thought I would check in. It's Tuesday. I'm really tired today. But as you can see, my roots are bleached. I still need to dye my hair. Also got my bangs trimmed. So, yeah. But I have no real reading update. I read some more in Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, which is not part of my Tome Infinity and Beyond TBR. And I haven't even had a chance to start reading Radiance yet. So that sucks, but I don't know. I was hoping to find the audiobook of Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance so that I could, like, do both. But I couldn't find it on Scribd or through my library or on Spotify. So I think I'm screwed there. Alright, so it is about 8 o'clock on Tuesday, and I am laying in bed, as you can see, because I had a long, tiring day. I've been laying here reading The Stars Are Legion by Cameron Hurley. Haven't gotten as much read in it as I would have liked. I'm going to read for a little while longer before I go to bed, but I didn't read as much as I wanted to because I had to have a plumber come over because our bathroom kept flooding. Every time we would shower, water would come up from under the toilet and flood the bathroom. And apparently we had a big ass obstruction in our line. That was gross and expensive. So yeah, I was dealing with that today instead of sitting on my ass reading this book after work, which is what I would have preferred to do. Hey guys, it's Wednesday morning. Update, still haven't dyed my hair.
Still haven't started Radiance. Only read like one chapter in Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance last night. So, not much progress. I did, however, find an audiobook version of Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance on YouTube. So I might listen to some of that today while I'm working, just so I can like get ahead in that. The first part of the book was not so bad, but like I'm starting to dislike it more and more. The more I read it, it just seems like kind of pretentious and also boring as fuck, because it's like he's going on and on at one point about like all the things he's taking with him on his motorcycle trip. I'm like, I don't give a shit about your list of things you packed. Like, don't care.
It is about 6:45 on Wednesday is what today is. And I just finished The Stars Are Legion by Cameron Hurley. This was my, sorry, I'm blocking the camera with my hand. So I just made it off Venus, because this was my book for a book with badass or strong female characters. This book was only badass female characters, which was really cool. I really loved this book. I kind of debated about if I should give it 5 stars or not, and I ended up just giving it 5 stars, and because I was like, well, why wouldn't I give it 5 stars? I was trying to think about anything that would stop me from doing that, because I did really love it. It was really compelling. I love that it is a sci-fi novel, exclusively, you know, of women. There's no men in it at all, which is cool, especially for sci-fi. I have to let my dogs in because they knocked, and if I don't let them in, they're going to start barking and being crazy. So I'm going to let them in. Here they come. Here they are. Yep. Okay. So, yeah, I really liked it. I thought the characters were, I thought they were pretty well developed, because I think they were all distinct, and then they were all, like, fairly human. There were things about them all, like, they were all flawed and fairly complex, and it was just kind of an interesting tale. The worlds they live on are interesting, because they're, like, kind of like living things. So some of the parts were, like, sounded a little bit gross. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. So I am on Mercury now, and so I'm going to read a book under 250 pages. So I'm going to read The Return by Joseph Helmreich, and I got this in a Bookly box back when I was getting Bookly boxes, and I haven't read it yet. So I don't know how good it's going to be, because I had kind of a love-hate relationship with Bookly box, and that I loved the idea of it more than the actual execution of it. And I got some duds from that subscription service. So we'll see how good this ends up being. But this is, okay, so it's this guy who basically returns after being abducted on the night of a lunar eclipse. So I don't know, could be interesting. This book is 246 pages long, so just under 250. I was a little nervous about my ability to complete this and actually make it to Pluto, and I still kind of am. But I don't know, I think I'll be able to do it. I was able to make it through this, because The Stars Are Legion is like 400 pages, and I was able to make it through that pretty quickly. This book's pretty short. My vintage sci-fi novel, so the last book I'm going to read is pretty short. So we'll see what happens. And I think Old Man's War is pretty short too, and that's my space opera, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm enjoying this readathon. I'm enjoying reading, like, just sci-fi, and I guess technically the first book I read was horror, but they're kissing cousins. I don't know. I'm pretty tired today, and this week has been full of, like, super not fun adult shit, like my fucking plumbing catastrophe yesterday, and today I had to make arrangements to take care of a medical bill, because when I had my surgery to remove my fallopian tubes, my insurance company told me that it would be covered in its entirety because it's preventative, and apparently that was not the case. So, being an adult is like super fun. So I'm gonna sit here and read and cuddle with my doggos. Murphy is being kind of a shithead again today. Yeah, he's been a little turd. I don't know what his deal is. Murphy, what's your deal? Are you being a turd? Do you know what your deal? Yeah, you don't know. Okay. Yeah, sniff my books. And then this one is just being a really cute lazy beach. And then Noonie has just decided that she's like done. Oh, sorry, Noon. She was plopped down on the floor and I just bumped her, and she did not appreciate that. Yeah, so I'm just gonna chill. I'm already in my jammies. So these guys are playing. Don't lick your paw. No, does. They were being like super loud and crazy, but of course as soon as I started filming they calmed down, but they're just kind of like a don't lick his penis app. Don't you lick your paw either. I know, life is hard for the shoosh. She's gonna throw a fit now. I told her, yeah, not to lick things. Yeah. You being crazy? You throws a fit? Oh, I know you throws a fit. I can see your twofers. I can see your crazy twofers. You guys are nut jobs. Yeah, this is what I'm dealing with. I see your crazy twofers. Yeah, you look like a crazy dog. Your crazy shushy face. Yeah. Yes. And here we go.
Good morning. It is Thursday morning. Almost 8 o'clock. As you can see, I dyed my hair. Sorry, this vlog is like more about my hair than what I'm reading. But it was supposed to be like a bright red, but it's kind of more like a red-orange. So I might redo it and maybe add a little, because I used just like a straight up red called, it's like Manic Panic Rock and Roll Red. But it wasn't as dark as I thought it was going to be, so I might do it again and maybe add like a smidge of black to the red that I have left. But I mean, it doesn't look bad, I don't think, but it's definitely still orange instead of red. So there's my hair update. Book update. I have read about 70 pages of Radiance now. Yeah, it's pretty good so far, and I've been listening to the audiobook for Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, so I've been able to make it to about 175 pages into that.
Why don't you just come lay on the couch? That's difficult, yeah. Because it's not very big and you're kind of big. What are we doing now? What? Yeah, is that going to work for you? Are you comfortable? Did you make your point?
Hey, so it's Friday morning, which is the last day of week 1 of Tome Infinity and Beyond. And hold on, my face itches. And I only have one arm because there is a pupper in the other one. But I really don't have much of an update. I didn't read it really at all yesterday. After I read a little in the morning, and then I think I checked in, and I didn't read anything else the rest of the day. I had a really like crappy day. I don't even know why, like what my deal was, but I just like started crying and I couldn't stop, so I cried like all day. I don't know if it was like hormones or depression or what the fuck my problem was, but that's why my eyes look like this today. And I didn't want to read because my eyes hurt yesterday. So that's where I'm at. So it's now 5 o'clock on Friday, and I've been listening to the audiobook of Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance for part of the day. Not that much. I listened to maybe like 3 chapters, but I kind of hate this book. I think 17-year-old me was spot on when I DNF'd it at 3 chapters, because it just keeps getting worse and worse. So not enjoying that at all. So that's great. I kind of want to DNF it again, but I need to finish it for the Read Harder challenge. So I guess I will. I think Megan and I are gonna go. There's this play or group, I guess, called, oh, what is it called? Is it Wild Bills or Wild Bobs? Hold on, let me look at my Facebook events. Wild Bob's Musical Book Club, and they play at this bar called Lindbergh's Tavern, I think once a month, and they usually choose a specific book. I've gone to it once before when they did Smoke Gets in Your Eyes by Caitlin Doty. They did a night about that book, but what it is these people, it's like a group of people who they all read the book, but they're all musicians, and so they write songs and perform songs about the book. But tonight's is about the Great American Read. I'm assuming they all choose like one book, or maybe choose a few books or something that they like or that they've read from the Great American Read books to sing about. But we're gonna go to that. It's kind of an early show. It starts at 6:30 and is over by 8:30. But yeah, so that might be fun. As suspected, I don't think I'm digging this red hair. It's not bad, but I just feel like a clown. And I know that's silly to say from someone who's literally had rainbow hair before. I literally had rainbow hair and looked like an actual clown then. And was fine with it, but now I just get real Ronald McDonald vibes, and that's not the look I'm going for. Maybe if I do it a darker red, I don't know. I don't know if this will stay very long. I might let it fade out. I probably will try to do it a little bit darker red, because that's more what I was going for anyway, and the color didn't come out nearly as dark as I thought it was going to. So I probably will do that, but I might just do it and then let it fade out and do it something else, because I don't know how I feel about red hair. I don't know what my aversion is to red hair. I like it on other people. It's totally fine on other people. I think they look like mermaids. I do it on myself. I look like fucking Ronald McDonald. I don't know. But anyway, that's my Friday evening check-in.
Hello!
Hi.
We are vlogging.
We just left the Wild Bob's Musical Book Club, and we didn't vlog there because we suck.
We suck, so we're walking
But
to do
now
karaoke.
we're gonna go do some karaoke.
And obviously
Because
we've been
they don't
drinking.
suck.
Right.
Right, so we're gonna go.